At the beginning of the story, we see Adam and his wife Claire traveling with their young son toward an old and very dense forest. Their destination is a small village called Irash, which is hidden deep inside the woods. The government is planning to cut down the entire forest. However, the people living there strongly oppose the decision. They want to protect the forest at any cost. Adam is a biologist by profession. That is why he has come all the way to this place to study some special trees. His job is to find out whether cutting down the forest will really benefit the government or if saving it is the better choice. After some time, Adam leaves Claire at the house. Then he takes his son and his dog with him into the forest to collect tree samples. Every time he finishes examining a tree, he marks a cross on its trunk. He does this so he can remember which trees he has already tested. Suddenly, his dog starts barking loudly. It quickly runs deeper into the forest. Adam immediately follows it. After walking for a while, he realizes that the dog has completely disappeared. As he looks around, he notices an old abandoned house standing in the middle of the forest. Adam carefully walks inside the ruined building. As soon as he enters, he sees something very strange. A dead deer is stuck inside one of the walls. Adam is shocked by the terrifying sight. Black liquid is slowly leaking out of the deer's body. He carefully examines the strange substance. Then he collects a small sample so he can study it later. Meanwhile, Claire stays at the house. She starts cleaning and fixing the place. While cleaning, she removes the metal bars that are covering the windows. At that moment, a local villager named Combe arrives with his son. As soon as Combe sees Claire, he angrily asks if she knows anything about this place. He tells her that they should never have come here. He also says that they should have thought about the safety of their young child. Claire cannot understand what he is talking about. She politely tells him to leave because her husband is not home. She says he can return later if he wants to speak with Adam. After hearing her reply, Combe says nothing. He quietly leaves the house with his son. That night, Adam returns from the forest. Claire tells him everything that happened earlier in the day. After listening to her, Adam says that Combe probably just does not want them staying there. He believes the man is only trying to scare them so they will leave the village. However, Adam makes it clear that they are not going anywhere until his research is finished. After dinner, Adam begins examining the black liquid he collected from the forest. While looking at it under a microscope, he discovers something shocking. The cells inside the black substance are slowly changing the other particles around them. Anything that comes into contact with those cells also starts turning into the same black cells. Adam is still trying to understand this strange reaction when Claire suddenly comes to him. She tells him that black liquid is dripping from the ceiling above their son's bed. As soon as Adam hears this, he quickly goes upstairs to check the room. However, he cannot find any sign of the liquid. Everything looks completely normal. After that, Adam and Claire calm their son down and put him back to sleep. A little later, they are downstairs preparing dinner. Suddenly, they hear their son crying loudly from upstairs. Both of them panic and rush to his room. When they reach the door, they find that it is locked from the inside. After struggling for a few moments, they finally manage to open it and enter the room. Their son is crying in fear. At the same time, the bedroom window is completely shattered. Adam immediately begins to suspect the villagers. He believes that someone is trying to scare them on purpose. Because of this, he calls the police. When the officers arrive, Adam tells them that Combe has been trying to force them to leave the village. He also explains that Combe had frightened Claire earlier that morning by saying several strange things. That is why Adam and Claire both suspect Combe the most. However, the police officer calmly tells them that the situation may not be what they think. He explains that a few years ago, Combe's young daughter went into the forest and never returned. The villagers searched for her for many days, but they never found any trace of her. After that, the officer tells them about an old legend connected to the forest. According to the villagers, a dangerous creature called Hallow lives deep inside these woods. They believe that whenever Hallow sees people, it attacks them. Sometimes it even takes their children deep into the forest. The creature is never seen during the daytime. It stays hidden in the deepest parts of the woods and watches people from a distance. But once night falls, Hallow comes out of hiding. Then it begins searching the forest for its next victim. The officer says that this is the real reason why Combe keeps asking them to leave. He does not want Adam and Claire's son to suffer the same fate as his own daughter. As for the broken window, the officer says their house is surrounded by a thick forest. It is possible that a wild animal came near the house during the night and broke the glass. He tells them not to panic yet. Instead, they should finish their work as quickly as possible and leave the forest. If they have to stay longer, they should secure the entire house properly so no animal can get inside again. As soon as Claire hears this, she suddenly remembers something important. When they first arrived at the house, every window had strong metal bars on it, but she did not like the way they looked. So while cleaning the house, she removed all of them. Even after hearing the officer's explanation, Adam is still not fully convinced. He continues to believe that Combe is trying to frighten them. Because of this, Adam walks outside to take pictures of of the broken window as evidence. While he is standing there, he suddenly feels as if someone is watching him from behind. A moment later, strange and terrifying sounds come from the forest. Adam quickly turns around, but he cannot see anyone. He starts taking pictures of the area. The moment the camera flash lights up, he catches a quick glimpse of a strange creature hiding among the trees. However, Adam does not see the creature with his own eyes. At that moment, his dog starts barking loudly while staring toward the storage shed. The dog's behavior convinces Adam that someone or something is hiding there. He carefully walks to the shed and searches every corner inside, but he finds nothing. Everything looks completely normal. Even so, Adam cannot shake the feeling that something is constantly watching them. The next morning, Adam takes his son with him and drives to the village market. As they pass through the village, he notices that the local people are looking at him in a very strange way. Nobody speaks to him, but almost everyone keeps their eyes on him. Adam ignores their behavior and walks into a local shop. He asks the shop owner for a new window for his house. The shop owner advises him that installing a normal window will not help. He says Adam should use strong metal windows that cannot be broken easily, but Adam does not pay much attention to the warning. He buys the materials needed to repair the broken window and starts driving back home with his son. Their house is deep inside the forest, so the road back is quiet and completely empty. Halfway through the journey, Adam's car suddenly stops. He tries several times to start the engine, but nothing happens. Worried, he gets out of the car and opens the hood to inspect the engine. While checking it, he notices the same mysterious black liquid that he had collected from the forest. Adam quickly looks around, but there is no one anywhere nearby. With no other choice, he takes out his toolbox and decides to repair the engine himself. Just then, someone suddenly pushes him hard from behind. Before he can react, he is locked inside the trunk of his own car. His son, who is still sitting inside the car, starts crying loudly in fear. Meanwhile, Adam keeps shouting for help from inside the trunk. A short time later, he hears loud noises coming from outside. It sounds like someone is trying to smash the car windows. Thinking about his son, Adam desperately tries to escape. He keeps pushing the trunk with all his strength, but it refuses to open. No matter how hard he tries, he remains trapped inside. As time passes, darkness slowly begins to cover the forest. At the same time, Claire is back at the house cleaning the rooms. While doing that, she notices the same black liquid on her son's clothes. She looks at it for a moment, then she assumes that their dog must have brought the dirt in from the forest. Because of that, she does not think much about it and leaves the clothes where they are. Just then, Combe arrives at the house once again. He tells Claire that he already warned them to leave this place as soon as possible. Tired of hearing the same warning, Claire replies that when her husband returns, she will send him to speak with Combe directly. Before leaving, Combe places an old book inside the house. He does not explain anything and quietly walks away. Meanwhile, Adam keeps searching for a way out of the trunk. Finally, he tears through the back seat and reaches the inside of the car. His son is still crying. Adam quickly picks him up and holds him tightly in his arms. By that time, the mysterious creature outside has already disappeared. Adam immediately gets out of the car with his son. As soon as he steps outside, he notices deep, long scratches covering the entire body of the car. The terrifying marks leave him completely shocked. He no longer wants to stay there for even a second. Since his house is not very far away, he grabs his son and runs as fast as he can through the forest. The moment he reaches home, Adam tells Claire everything that happened. For the first time, he starts believing the warnings given by the villagers. He finally realizes that there really is something inside the forest that he still cannot understand. To protect his family, Adam takes out his gun and keeps it with him. Suddenly, the power goes out and the entire house is covered in darkness. As soon as everything becomes dark, strange noises begin coming from outside. It sounds like several creatures are moving around the house while making deep growling sounds. Even then, Adam still believes that Combe is behind everything. He thinks Combe and the other villagers are only trying to scare them away. Adam shouts loudly toward the outside. He warns that he has already called the police. He also says that if they do not leave immediately, he will start shooting. Even after his warning, he can still hear someone standing near the front door. Filled with fear and anger, Adam raises his gun and fires a shot straight at the door. After shooting, he slowly walks toward the entrance and carefully looks outside, but there is nobody there. This only makes him even more worried. Just then, Claire comes to him and shows him the old book that Combe left behind earlier. When Adam opens the book, he finds stories about paranormal events and mysterious incidents that have happened inside the forest. After reading it, Adam finally begins to believe that something supernatural really exists in these woods. He also realizes that the villagers are too afraid to even talk about it openly. Adam tells Claire that they have to leave this place no matter what. However, there is one big problem. Their car is still parked far away on the forest road. If they want to escape, they first have to reach the car. Adam keeps his gun with him for protection and gets ready to leave with Claire and their son. Just then, they hear their dog dog barking loudly from inside the storage room. Holding his gun, Adam carefully walks into the room. Inside, he finds the dog, but something is terribly wrong with it. One of the dog's eyes has turned completely red. Adam has no idea what happened to it. Since staying there is too dangerous, he takes the dog with him and quickly leaves the house with his family. After some time, they finally reach the car, but their dog suddenly refuses to move any farther. It stares into the darkness, looking at a strange shadow in the distance. The dog is clearly terrified. A second later, it starts barking loudly and runs into the forest while chasing the mysterious shadow. Adam tries to run after it, but Claire quickly stops him. For a while, they can still hear the dog barking somewhere deep inside the forest. Then, without warning, they hear one painful scream. After that, everything becomes completely silent. Adam and Claire realize that the creature from the forest is very close to them. They also understand that it has probably killed their dog. Without wasting another second, Claire takes their son and gets inside the car. Meanwhile, Adam quickly opens the hood and starts repairing the engine. By now, the black liquid has spread much farther than before. After sitting there for so long, it has dried and hardened over the engine parts. Adam begins cleaning it off as fast as he can. At the same time, Claire looks through the back window of the car. In the darkness, she sees several shadowy figures standing together among the trees. Frightened, she immediately tries to start the car. As soon as the headlights turn on, she is horrified by what she sees. The bright lights reveal several terrifying creatures slowly walking toward them. Their faces and bodies look horrifying, and it is clear that they are coming to attack Adam's family. The moment Adam sees the creatures getting closer, he quickly jumps into the car. Without wasting any time, Claire drives away as fast as she can. They manage to travel only a short distance before they suddenly see a little girl standing in the middle of the road. To save the little girl, Claire quickly turns the car. But while trying to avoid her, the car slides off the road and gets stuck inside a deep ditch. Adam tries several times to drive the car out, but it is almost impossible. They have no other choice. Both of them quickly get out of the car, pick up their son, and run back toward the house in the forest. By the time they reach the house, Adam and Claire fully realize that everything Combe told them was true. Dangerous creatures really do live inside this forest, and they come out to hunt people after dark. But their nightmare is far from over. A short time later, the creatures also reach the house. Strange noises keep coming from outside. Adam slowly walks toward the front door and looks through the keyhole. Suddenly, one of the creatures attacks his eye from the other side. Adam falls backward in pain. His eye is badly injured and he can barely see. Without thinking about his own condition, Adam quickly hides Claire and their son inside an upstairs room. He knows that he must protect his family until sunrise, no matter what happens. However, there are still many hours left before morning. Adam remembers that these creatures stay away from bright light. Because of that, turning the lights back on becomes extremely important. The house has no electricity, and there is only one way to restore the power. Adam has to go outside and start the generator. He knows that stepping outside could cost him his life. Even so, he decides to take the risk to save his family. Holding his gun, Adam carefully opens the front door and slowly walks toward the generator. At the same time, one of the creatures somehow manages to enter the house. It quietly moves closer to Claire and is just about to attack her. At that exact moment, Adam successfully starts the generator. The next second, all the lights inside the house come back on. As soon as the bright light fills the house, the creatures become frightened. They quickly back away and run into the dark forest. Adam manages to return safely inside the house. But now something strange begins happening to his body. The same mysterious black liquid appears on his hand, and his injured eye starts burning badly. Worried, Adam stands in front of a mirror and examines his eye. That is when he realizes what really happened. When the creature attacked him earlier, it left the black liquid inside his eye. The strange substance is now spreading through his body like an infection. Little by little, Adam himself begins changing into a Hallow creature. He understands that he does not have much time left. Even so, his first priority is still protecting his family. Adam returns to Claire and their son. Together, they begin sealing the windows again with strong metal bars so that no creature can break inside. But they have no idea that one creature is already hiding inside the house. Without warning, it grabs their son and runs toward the rooftop. Adam immediately chases after it to save his child. But as soon as he gets close, the creature suddenly turns around and attacks him with great force. Adam is thrown to the ground. The impact knocks him unconscious. Taking advantage of the situation, the creature escapes into the forest with the child. Without thinking twice, Claire runs into the forest to save her son. The entire forest is covered in darkness. Even so, she keeps hearing her son's cries somewhere in the distance. She follows the sound and continues running deeper into the woods. A moment later, she looks toward a nearby river and sees her son being carried away by the strong current. The moment she sees him in danger, Claire jumps into the river without hesitation. Even though the water is flowing very fast, she uses all her strength to reach him. Somehow, she manages to pull him out of the river safely. After that, Claire quickly carries the child back to the house. As As soon as they arrive, she places him in Adam's arms and tells him to change the child's clothes immediately. She says all of his clothes are completely soaked, and if he stays in them for too long, he could get an infection. However, the moment Adam picks up the child, his expression suddenly changes. He stares at the boy carefully and then tells Claire that this is not their son. Claire is completely shocked by what she hears. She believes Adam is no longer thinking clearly because of his injury and the infection spreading through his body. But Adam is completely sure about what he is saying. He picks up a large iron nail and holds it in front of the child. Then he tells the child to show his true form. He warns that if he refuses, he will kill him right there. Seeing Adam act like this terrifies Claire. She becomes convinced that the infection has reached his mind. She fears that Adam might actually hurt their child. To protect the boy, she quickly pushes Adam away. At that moment, the child's real appearance begins to show. He slowly changes into a Hallow creature. But there is one shocking detail. Only Adam can see the creature's true form. Because the Hallow infection is spreading through his body, Adam can now recognize other creatures like himself. Claire, however, still sees the same innocent little boy in her arms. She believes Adam has completely lost his mind and is trying to kill their son. To protect the child, Claire grabs a nearby knife and attacks Adam. The stab knocks Adam to the floor. Claire immediately picks up the child and runs out of the house toward Combs' home. When she gets there, she bangs on the door and begs Combe for help. But as soon as Combe opens the door, he points his gun at Claire and the child. Combe knows that after spending so much time inside the forest, one of them could already be infected. That is why he refuses to let them enter his house. Meanwhile, the Hallow infection spreads even faster through Adam's body. He is now almost completely transformed into a Hallow creature. Even so, he fights to keep control of his human mind. He refuses to let the infection take over completely. Just then, he hears the sound of his real son crying somewhere deep inside the forest. The moment he recognizes the voice, Adam realizes that he was right all along. He quickly lights a torch and follows the sound into the deepest part of the forest. After walking for some time, he discovers a cave filled with Hallow creatures. Without fear, Adam walks inside. There he sees Combs' missing daughter. She has completely transformed into a Hallow creature. The most shocking part is that she is holding Adam's real son in her arms. Adam begs her to give his child back, but she refuses to let him go. Soon, the other Hallow creatures inside the cave surround Adam from every direction. They are ready to attack him at any moment. However, Adam is holding a burning torch, and the creatures are afraid of the fire, so they do not dare come too close. The Hallow virus has not completely taken over Adam's body yet. Because of that, he is not afraid of fire like the other Hallow creatures. Meanwhile, Combe refuses to let Claire enter his house. With no other choice, Claire picks up the child and runs back into the forest. Hallow creatures are everywhere around her. Their terrifying sounds fill the forest, and Claire becomes more frightened with every step. She has no idea how she can survive. Suddenly, she remembers the camera in her hand. She turns on the camera flash and starts shining it toward the creatures. The bright flashes force the creatures to move back. Using the flash, Claire slowly makes her way through the forest. But suddenly she slips and falls to the ground. As she falls, the camera slips out of her hand, hits the ground and breaks completely. Now she has no way to protect herself from the creatures. One Hallow creature slowly walks toward her and is about to attack. At that very moment, Adam arrives carrying their real son. He tells Claire that the child in her arms is not their son. He explains that this is part of the Hallow creatures' plan. They wanted to steal their real child and replace him with one of their own creatures. Even after hearing this, Claire still cannot believe Adam. She refuses to let go of the child she is holding. Adam keeps trying to convince her. Finally, he manages to make her understand that the child with her is not real. Just then, another Hallow creature suddenly attacks Claire from behind. Adam immediately steps in front of her and starts fighting the creature. After a hard struggle, he finally kills it. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Claire grabs her real son and runs away as fast as she can. Several Hallow creatures continue chasing her. However, the night is almost over, and the first light of morning begins to appear in the sky. As the sun starts rising, all the Hallow creatures retreat and return to their hiding places. By this time, Adam is in terrible condition. The infection and his serious injuries have completely weakened his body. He cannot survive until sunrise, and he finally dies. The child that Claire had been carrying all this time was actually a Hallow creature. As soon as the morning sunlight touches its body, its fake human appearance begins to disappear. Within moments, its body burns away and turns into a skeleton. Claire finally realizes that Adam had been telling the truth from the very beginning. After that, she returns to the house with her real son. She is completely heartbroken after losing Adam and spends a long time crying for him, but she knows she has to stay strong for her son. She decides that before night falls again, she will leave the forest no matter what. The scene then changes, and we see workers cutting down the giant trees in the forest. However, the same mysterious black liquid is still covering those trees. This makes one thing very clear. Once the trees are taken out of the forest and moved to other places, the infection will spread with them. If the black liquid comes into contact with people, many of them could become infected and turn into Hallow creatures. This means the danger hidden inside the forest will no longer stay there. With this terrifying warning, the movie comes to an end. If you liked this video, then like it and subscribe to our channel to watch more such videos. Thanks for watching.